From Studio K at Foxborough Cable Access.
Saffron is essentially the stamen of a rose.
Feeling creative?
Sage has a great flavor.
Is your palate needing a new challenge? Well, let's cook with Mike Damasio.
Back to Let's Cook. I'm your host, Mike Damasio. We have another delicious show for you today. I'd like to introduce my co-chef for the day. This is Suki. She is a sous chef at Fidelity with Flick International. How you doing, Suki?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. All right, we're going to cook a great stir fry today, but first, why don't you tell us a little bit about your culinary background?
Well, I went to school at Le Cordon Bleu. I've been cooking for, I think 8 years now, 9 years. I started off, actually I was in the industry doing like serving and stuff like that. Then I didn't know what to do, so I was like, I'll go to culinary school. I worked at lots of chains like Uno's. I've done House of Blues. I've done Celle de la Terre, and then I work at Flick.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And Suki and I have worked together for over a year now, and she's great to work with, and we have a lot of fun when we work together. So tell us what we're going to be making today.
Today we're making a classic chicken stir fry. It's one of my household favorites. I mean, it's easy, it's quick. You know, usually if you have different types of vegetables lying around from previous dinners, you can just whip it up together.
Excellent. So what do we have here today? What are we going to be using? Some nice fresh green peppers?
Yes, we have some nice suntan peppers. We have some shredded carrots, some broccoli, onions, some beautiful purple cabbage, ginger, scallions, and mushrooms.
Portobello mushrooms, delicious. And we have a sauce to go with that. What's the sauce consist of?
It's just a soy-based sauce. It consists of soy. I use chicken stock, garlic, cornstarch, sesame oil, a little bit of sugar, and at the end a little sriracha.
Excellent. Spice it up. We love
Spice it up
spicy.
just a little bit.
Very good. Well, this is going to be great. I'm going to be making an appetizer today, a pork wonton, and also a vegetarian mushroom wonton. So let's cook.
All right.
Let's
Sounds
get
good.
Let's get on our gloves and get
Yes.
going. All right, let's start it up. What are we going to make first?
Well, the first thing I like to do is make the rice because it takes the longest. I have this wonderful rice cooker that I brought in.
Very nice.
It's a good investment. It's like, I think it's $30. So if you like to eat a lot of rice, or it's a good staple to have.
Excellent.
I'm using a traditional white rice. If you want to be healthier, you can use a brown rice, one or the other. I try to get my mom to eat brown rice, but she does not want it. So
So that pressure cooker is going to have our rice done in
about 20 minutes.
20 minutes,
20
great.
minutes. There's different settings. You can do white rice, brown rice, steam, or obviously you can keep things warm.
Excellent.
So let me put that in. Alrighty.
So it's just as simple as putting the rice right in there.
Rice right in there. It's if you do 1 cup of rice, it equals to 2 cups of water. It's about double the amount of water.
Okay.
So I've got about, I think, 4 cups right here. I probably won't need all that. I'll just do about half.
Very good.
Okay. Yeah. And then we'll just add a little bit of water.
Excellent. So what was made you want to come into cooking? Have you always liked to cook?
Well, yes, I've always loved to cook. I've learned most of my cooking from my father, and pretty much, you know, they were always working, so I kind of had to fend for myself. So you kind of just learn as you go,
Sure.
you know, and watching him do it.
Survival.
Exactly.
Excellent.
So
All right. So we got the rice going. What are we going to do next? The sauce?
now we're gonna make the sauce.
Excellent.
So I like to use chicken stock because I'm making a chicken stir fry.
Mm-hmm.
You can use beef stock if you're making a beef stir fry, or you can do vegetarian as well. This is about 2 cups.
And that's just a store-bought
Yeah.
broth?
I usually go low sodium because there's so much sodium in the other ones, if you ever notice.
Right.
And I use a Kikkoman low sodium soy. If you buy different soys, you got to be careful because sometimes they'll do like cornstarch. I mean, not cornstarch. High fructose corn syrup, and it's not even soy in it. So just make sure you read the labels. Take a little bit of that. It's probably about half a cup.
Very good.
Okay. I think a little bit more. I'm gonna do a little bit of garlic. Tablespoon of garlic. Some sugar. It's about 1/4 cup of sugar.
And I see you're preparing it in a container, very unique.
Yes.
This stuff would
well,
be prepared straight into the. why
this
do you do it
is
this way?
you can also I would do it this way because this is cornstarch because you can save it as well. So if you don't cook it right away and you just put it in here, you shake it up, you can save it. But so I like to shake it all up and then pour it right in there, and it's all
Excellent.
flavors will marinate and marry together. A little bit of so it's just a little trick that I like to do, I guess you would say.
Very nice.
And we have this nice ginger here. So to take the skin off, I usually use a spoon. You just scrape it right off. Sometimes a knife is a little bit too hard to work with for me.
So good point, because you don't have to worry about hurting yourself.
Hurting
and
yourself.
And ginger is a pain to skin. So.
Yeah, so you just kind of scrape it with the tip of your spoon, like as so.
Because I notice in a lot of kitchens that people will use the paring knife and they take too much of the ginger off. They're
right.
not, they're wasting a lot of the delicious ginger that's underneath that skin.
Exactly. You want to savor all that ginger you can, you know? And some people like to take it off and then put it in a blender, and you can just blend it up and save it for later. So you can do that if that's easier for you, if you use ginger a lot. I just usually chop it up.
Very nice.
All right, let me get this out of the way.
I'll take care of you.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, let's chop a little bit of ginger up. I'm just gonna go ahead and chop a little bit more for the stir fry as well. All right. So, and then as with the ginger, you can also we have rice wine vinegar to counteract the sugar. Gives it a nice like tarty flavor, I guess you would say. You can buy it at any Asian store. You probably have it in regular supermarkets too, I believe. Okay.
And as we like to do here, as you can see, there's nothing special. There's nothing unique in our ingredients here. This is all stuff that if you don't already have in your house,
Correct.
it's stuff that's very easy to get in common supermarkets. So that's one of the points of our show here, to keep everything nice and basic, and to show how within 30 minutes, the time it takes to create one of these shows, you can create a great meal for, we make for 10 people every time we come here at the studio, because we love to feed our staff after the show. And, within 30 minutes, we've been making these tremendous meals. So this is
So now
another
a little
great, easy meal.
shot of sriracha. If I could get it out of the bottle. There we go. Let's get a little spice.
Nice.
All right, now I take the cover off, and you do the shaking dance. Sometimes when I have my cousins over, I have them do this. They're like 7 and 8, so they like doing
Like
swirling
doing the
things,
dance.
like doing the dance. So, all right, pour it right in. There you go. Ooh, that smells good. All right, so you're gonna let that simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes till it's nice and thick.
Okay.
All right.
I'll keep an eye on that.
Yes.
Now on to the stir fry.
Okay, so the first thing you want to do is, can you pass me that orange board so I can cut up the chicken?
Yes.
So it's ready to go. Grab the chicken in the fridge. Thank you. All right.
So again, sanitation purposes, we use a separate cutting board for chicken. We don't want to cross-contaminate. Salmonella is one of the biggest problems in the food service industry. It's the one thing you hear about at least once a year, something being contaminated. In
Yes.
fact, right now, I think the big contamination is cumin.
Nuh-uh, really?
Yes.
What?
There's a salmonella contamination with cumin right now. The
How?
low grade, not McCormick's, but some of the labels that you do find, here's a little safety tip for everybody. Cumin right now, cumin that you might purchase in a job lot or a lower end store, not a high end store, they're having problems with the cumin. So check your labels, check the internet, make sure you don't have the label.
Salmonella and cumin, that's unheard of.
Unheard of. And a spice,
And
yeah.
a spice.
Very, very different.
That is very different. Thank you for that tip. I'll definitely make sure.
Yes.
Thank you. So, take a nice chicken breast. You want to get rid of all the fat if there's extra fat on there. And you just want to cube it up, just small little pieces, easy to eat. And also you want to make them uniform so that it cooks evenly. Because if you have different pieces, one's bigger than the other, obviously the smaller piece will cook first and then the bigger one won't. And
Right. And I like to stress the uniformity just because at the end of the dish, with everything having a similar shape or even contrasting shapes, it makes for a nice,
Correct.
nice looking plate, and hence that's the art part of the culinary arts.
Yes, that is true. All right. There we go. I'll do a little bit more, and I think that should do it. All right. Okay, it's ready to go. Let me just wash my knife off really quick. Sanitize that. Take my gloves off. So the next thing I'll be doing is chopping up an onion. You can either julienne it, which is what I like to do. Some people like to small dice it. It all depends. So thank you very much.
Sure. Get you started.
Get me started. Okay.
The sauce smells great, by the way.
Thank you.
Really nice. And because of the cornstarch, that's going to thicken up as it starts to simmer.
Yes, as it starts to simmer, the cornstarch will help it thicken. So you want a nice sauce to coat your stir fry,
Right.
so it's not so runny, so it goes all over the rice and stuff, so it's all good. All right. So we're just going to do a nice julienne. Oops.
And julienne is just thin strips.
It's just a thin 1/8 cut, but very thin strips. In stir fry, you'll see it a lot at Chinese restaurants. They do like a nice julienne cut. Okay, I think that should be good. Put that on the side. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna get a little oil. I like to use a little bit of sesame oil just to get it going.
Has a nicer flavor
Nicer
than,
flavor.
especially for what we're making today.
And coat the pan nicely. Okay. So we'll lift that heat up. Now you want to make sure with the stir fry that the pan is pretty hot, right? You want to get that nice like sear and just so throw right in there. There we go. It's gonna get simmering away. Looks good.
Very nice.
Okay, let's give that a little whisk. Make sure all the ingredients are nice and combined. I think it should be. So. It's starting to get a little bit thick,
Yep.
as you can see.
Excellent.
Okay. All right. Nice and hot. Oh, it's not
Is-
quite hot yet.
Is there any particular steps you take for sautéing? Like, do you do something before you do the next ingredient? And is there a reason why?
I usually do the onions and garlic because I like a nice fried garlic in my stir fry, just to get that flavor. And then I put the chicken in, and then the rest of the vegetables I chop up and put it in. So
You like to keep the vegetables crunchy still?
crunchy, like
So-
little
towards the end.
caramelization
Sure.
going towards the end. Stuff like cabbage cooks pretty quickly, so you want to wait till the end for that. And mushrooms cook pretty quickly. The other ones like peppers and broccoli would take a little bit longer.
Sure.
So that sauce is looking good. I'll probably take that off in about a minute.
Okay.
And you can hear the onions going. Great. Okay. Smells wonderful.
Yes. Delicious.
Add a little bit of the garlic.
This is just, we bought this puree garlic already, nice and easy to use.
Oh yeah.
Already ready to go.
It's a good thing too if you want to do that to save money. Like if you have garlic and you realize that it's like, it's about to turn or something, you can puree it and add a little oil. It'll help savor it.
It'll keep it a little longer.
Keep a little
That's
longer, yeah. So something I like to do. All right. Add a little ginger. You can take that sauce
good.
off.
Pull this sauce
Right
off to the side.
There we go.
And I'm going to start heating up my oil for our wonton appetizer. I just have some nice canola oil here. It's a nice high temp oil, so it won't brown and look nasty by the time you get it at the nice high temp that you need to get a good fry and a good crisp on the wontons that we'll be making today.
Wontons. I love wontons.
All right. So I'm going to bring my little platter of stuff here. I'm just going to use your cutting board
of
for a
course.
moment. All right, so I'm going to be making these, we're going to do a vegetarian and a sausage wonton, dumpling, pot sticker, whatever you want to call them. A lot of different names for them. So basically I have my ingredients here. I have my nice baby Bella mushrooms that I'm going to chop real fine to get them into the wonton. This is ground pork. I have some nice scallions, some crushed red pepper, some ginger again, the egg to help seal the wonton. I have some lemon juice and garlic.
Wonderful.
All right. So what's your next step?
So I'm going to wait for the chicken to brown a little bit. You kind of want to keep the pan moving. Get that nice sear on all the chicken. While we let that cook real fast, I'm going to start with the pepper.
I'm going to start making my filling mixture for the wontons. I'm going to be small dicing or brunoise these mushrooms and actually get them into a mince so that they're nice and small and will fold up nicely within the wonton.
Yeah. All right. So julienne the pepper, just like the onions. Get it nice and even. You want to make sure when you do the peppers to take out the pith, which is this part right over here, just so, because you really don't want that flavor in there.
Right.
It's not really that
Bland.
bland flavor.
And I have the basis for my two fillings. I have the mushroom started and I have my pork started here, and I'm going to end up adding the pork to the mushroom afterwards because it just gives such a great flavor, the mushroom and pork together. So I'm going to start putting it all together here. I'm going to throw a little bit of green onion or scallion, a pinch of the crushed red pepper, not even a quarter teaspoon of the garlic, teaspoon of the lemon juice, and sesame oil. And I'm going to reach in front of you for some soy sauce.
You got it.
And I'm going to steal some of your ginger.
Got a little bit left right here. Do you need a little bit more? I can
Perfect.
chop
No,
them
that
up.
should be perfect.
Okay.
Again, just about a little teaspoon of ginger. Mincing it up nice and small. And the last thing here would be the egg. I'm going to use this kind of as a binder within the mixture here to hold it all together. A little bit. We're going to reserve some of the egg so we can seal the wonton later.
Right, so make sure it doesn't fall apart, right? Beautiful.
Add some more mushroom in here.
All right, I'm going to add my peppers now and my broccoli.
That's looking good.
That's great. Let that cook for a minute. Just enough so the broccoli gets a little bit darker in color.
You know, I always give my guests the nice cutting board, and I get stuck with this little.
I'll have to bring you another one. I'll bring my own. You can use it if you like. We'll share. Now, typically with stir fry, we can use they use woks. It's like the way that it's shaped to help stir fry all the vegetables together. You can use any type of pan as well. A little shredded carrot, add nice color to it. Could you pass me the cabbage, please? Thank you, honey. I just chose purple cabbage because I like the color, but you can use green cabbage as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like the purple too. Just again for the culinary arts part of the culinary arts, it's very nice to have.
Yeah, it's a nice contrast to all the other colors.
Yep. All right.
You can use, I like to use fresh vegetables, but if you're trying to save some money, frozen vegetables work just as well.
Especially in the off season.
In the off season.
where vegetables are very expensive right
Yeah,
now.
exactly. All right. You can throw me those mushrooms, please. Oh, not literally throw.
All right, I'm gonna reserve.
So what you doing now?
Well, I'm gonna reserve some of this mushroom one filling, and I'm gonna add some of the pork to this mushroom,
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing here.
so you can get a little nice filling here. And we're gonna start making some wontons.
Great.
I'll give you some wrappers.
Okay. Now, where did you get these wrappers from?
Supermarket, right in the refrigerator section. Really easy to find,
Yeah.
real easy to work with, and again, it makes a great product. And
Yeah, they are beautiful.
so, if you want to use the mushroom,
Okay.
since I have my hand in the meat, I'll make the.
You just grab the egg.
Yep.
Okay. And we're doing like triangles today, or?
You can make any shape you want. That's what I was going to get into as well. Is that you can make these wontons like raviolis. You can make them like triangles. You can make them horseshoe. Any way you want.
Horseshoes.
So you see what Suki did with her wonton. You want to just coat the edge of the wontons with some egg. That's just going to help them hold together a little better once we're ready to fold them up. All right.
All right. So.
Let's start making wontons.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go for like a pinch.
There you go. That's what I was going to do too.
Little pockets, I guess you would call them, huh?
Yeah. So again, as you can see, folks, this is not time consuming, as intricate as it seems. It's pretty simple.
Pretty simple. Now you can stuff your wontons with anything, right?
Anything. This is just two variations. A mushroom, you can do any kind of vegetable. Again, it's all about the presentation. You want to get it so that it's kind of a sticky mixture, that it'll hold together nice. And again, you're not putting a lot of stuff in here. You want to make sure that you get it, you close them up nice and tight so they don't fall apart when you go into the fryer. At home, I have a little fryer later that I would fry these in. But here, I just have a pan heating up to a nice temperature.
What's the typical temperature you want to get for oil? Is it like
375 is what I
375?
like to use.
Oh, okay, good, yeah. Yeah, gets a nice color.
Yep, it'll be fast, flash,
You don't want to go too high because it gets too
right,
hot. Yeah,
and smoky.
smoky. I think I have better luck with triangles. All right. Let me just stir my stir fry in 1 second.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make four of those.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Perfect.
Okay.
Last one. So Suki, you can finish up your stir fry here.
Yeah. All right. So, let's give it one more. See all the vegetables getting all nice in there. Okay, the chicken is just done. So, we can go ahead and put the sauce right in there.
Right on top of the microwave.
Great.
Oh, that oil's ready to go.
Oh, yeah. lot of sauce. I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
I'm a saucy type of girl. There we go.
All right, and I'm going to fry our
All right.
wontons here.
Ooh.
Do the vegetable first.
Here you are.
I know which one is the meat and which one is the veggie because of the shapes.
There you go.
As you can see, these things cook up nice and fast. The important part of the wonton is making sure you have a good seal. That's why you get the egg to help seal it up. Just getting a little paper towel here so when these wontons come out of the fryer, just so they drain some of the grease on them. And simple dipping sauce for these is just a little soy sauce, a little ginger garlic, and green onion if you like.
Oh
These
yes.
things are going to be delicious.
Yes, they are. Get a nice color on them.
Yes.
All right.
How's your stir fry looking?
It's looking wonderful. Smells great. Just gonna grab a little scallions just for a little garnish when we're ready.
There you go.
Now, this is also a good Valentine's Day gift. You know. Always have
Very nice.
yeah, a nice home cooked meal for your loved ones.
And again, you know, we always seem to do something a little on the healthier side here. And this again, aside from our appetizer here, the stir fry, very nice, very healthy, all fresh vegetables, fresh ingredients. Really, the only thing that might not be good for you in that is the cornstarch, the thickener. But I mean, there's so minimal in it that it's really negligible
Right.
in the end.
Right.
So let's see, our dumplings are done. So I'll pull these out. And if you want to start to get some plates, we're almost ready to plate this up.
All right. We just got a few more minutes on the rice. We'll just wait. We'll just plate it up and we'll have the rice once it's ready.
All right.
Okay.
Yummy.
Yummy.
Made a good mess today here.
Yes, you did.
Let's check on the rice here.
Yeah, it's got about
It's all right.
a few more minutes.
Yeah, put this stir fry right on there.
Oh, okay.
Another fresh one.
Got it.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It's delicious.
Wow, that looks great.
Yes, it does.
Get a few dumplings.
Okay.
Scallion on top.
Scallions, and we're good to go.
These right on the table here. Folks, there you go. 25, 30 minutes. Beautiful stir fry with fresh homemade dumplings with a very simple filling. Delicious for any time of year with the fresh vegetables. Great in the winter for the winter vegetables. Like Suki said, if they were frozen. But I mean, this was a great meal, nice and quick. Took no time.
Oh,
Makes
not
a
at
big
all.
mess, but you know that's the part of the clean, part of the cooking. Great job, Suki. This
Thank
was
you.
this was a lot of fun. I really
Yeah.
appreciate you coming by.
Yes, of course.
Thank you very much. Oh,
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you, everybody, for watching again, and we'll see you next time on Let's Cook with Mike Damasio.